Well, Mr. Ambassador, as we all know that President Obama, after 50 years, a president from United States crossed the sea for for 80 miles and reached Cuba. It was a historic event being watched all over the world. So it has led to definitely a thaw in Cuba-USA relations. The whole world is watching it. You must be watching it more interestingly because it concerns you most. Now, what do you think that these opening up, these thaw have mean for Cuba, and does it create a more meaningful window for India-Cuba economic relations?
First of all, I would like to say that the approach process from the relation between Cuba and the United States is taking place step by step, and it's a process that will take time. We cannot wait from today to tomorrow that the problem could be solved, because there are many years without relation. It was a very important decision from our two presidents, Raúl Castro and Obama, to decide this approach, and afterward the reestablish of the diplomatic relation. And one of the part of this process was, of course, the visit from President Obama. The first visit after 88 years, official visit after 88 years, that is, of course, a very important issue for Cuba, and also for the Caribbean and Latin America. One thing still left, and that is the lift of the blockade. Although we have done some things to lift the blockade, Obama has taken some measures. The reality is that the blockade, the main obstacle of the blockade, still there. So we think that in the way the relation between Cuba and the United States develops, in the way that the American lift the blockade, that of course could help the relation between Cuba and India, in a sense that there will be no sanction to other countries that develop their economic or political relation. That is one point. That means that the banks, the enterprise, they will not have the fear to make business with Cuba. That is one point. The other point is we live in a globalized world, and India has relation to the United States. India as well had relation to Latin America. When we develop this relation with the United States and also with Latin America, at the same time are better condition for our relation economic transition. Because we are in a geographic position in the middle of Americas, in the middle of South America and in the middle of North America. And North America are two main countries there. The United States is a potential, economic potential, and Canada. So we can complement also this relation with Indians, enterprises that go to the United States or have business in Latin America, and we are in the middle. So we can think that this relation can help to expand also the relation between our two countries.
Okay, so very interesting. Now, Mr. Ambassador, we'd like to know about Cuba's interest in the flagship programs of Prime Minister Modi in India, like Swachh Bharat or Smart City campaign or cleaning the rivers. Does Cuba show some interest? Do you have some interest in those programs to participate in that? And since Prime Minister Modi has been taking the global tours, almost 40 destinations he has already visited, are you looking forward to Prime Minister Modi's visit to Cuba in recent future?
Yes, of course, the smart city program that you are developing here, this is of great interest for us, because we have to also modernize our communities. We have to also modernize our city. We have in the country, for example, one big problem that the Cuban Revolution has not solved since many years, and that is the lack of building, the lack of living for the Cubans. And we think that what you are doing here, the construction of living apartments here, and the whole development in these issues is very, very interesting for us. Of course, according to our measure, we are a small country. We are, as I always say, 100 times level that China, India, and of course, like China, with which we have also good relation, and our size is very, very small, but we need that. We think that is a great possibility. We are learning many things from India. We are learning, for example, how you are intensively working in the infrastructure of the city, the infrastructure of this country, because although we are a small country, we have to increase also and modernize our infrastructure if we want to have an efficient economy in the future. So we are learning, and that is very important. That's why we think that what Modi, the Prime Minister, is doing in this team is very, very interesting and important. We, of course, we expect that the Prime Minister goes to Cuba. Why not? He's a very high, well-known person in international area. He's a friend of Cuba. And we think that in a time when he goes to Latin America, now he's going to the United States and make a visit, and he will really, I'm sure, will go sometime to our continent. And that will be a great opportunity that we can receive him with all the honors he has as Prime Minister of a friend country.
Okay, so Cuba is definitely looking towards PM Modi's visit as his global itinerary, and we'll be back again after a short break.